For decades, Gene Simmons was larger than life, the fire-breathing frontman of Kiss, the self-proclaimed demon who built one of the most iconic brands in rock history. But behind the makeup, fame, and million-dollar empire lies a story far more complicated, from escaping post-war poverty to building an empire, and from public controversies to personal revelations. Gene's life has been a mix of genius, excess, and hard lessons learned. A childhood shaped by survival, Gene Simmons wasn't born a rock star. He was born Chaim Witz on August 25, 1949 in Haifa, Israel. His mother, Flora, was a Holocaust survivor from Hungary who had endured the unimaginable during World War II. Growing up without his father, Gene learned the value of resilience early. Flora worked long hours sewing buttons in factories to keep them afloat, while Gene collected fruit and sold it on the roadside to help her. In 1958, at just 8 years old, he and his mother moved to Queens, New York, with nothing but hope. The young immigrant boy who spoke 3 languages but no English would one day reinvent himself completely. Becoming Gene Simmons, determined to fit in, Chaim transformed into Gene. He learned English by watching TV and reading comic books, falling in love with the power of American pop culture. When he saw the Beatles perform on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964, his world changed forever. He started playing guitar, teaching himself the craft that would one day make him a global icon. He studied education and even worked as a teacher for a brief period, but his true calling was music. In the early 70s, he met Paul Stanley, and together they formed a band that would redefine rock theatrics forever. The birth of Kiss and the Demon Within. In 1973, Gene Simmons became the Demon, painting his face in black and white and performing with fire, blood, and spectacle. With Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss, Kiss exploded into fame with their wild costumes, pyrotechnics, and anthems like Rock and Roll All Night. Their 1975 live album, Alive, catapulted them to superstardom. Behind the mask, Gene was not just a performer, he was a businessman. From action figures to lunchboxes, he turned Kiss into one of the most merchandised bands in history. While other rockers lost fortunes to bad habits, Gene stayed sober and focused, managing his brand like an empire: love, fame, and family. In 1983, Gene met Shannon Tweed at the Playboy Mansion. They became partners for nearly 3 decades before finally marrying in 2011, a moment televised on their reality show, Gene Simmons' Family Jewels. The show revealed a different side of him, a father, a husband, and a man learning to face his own flaws. Their children, Nick and Sophie, grew up in the spotlight, experiencing both the privilege and the pressure of their father's fame. The man behind the mask. As his fame grew, Gene's life became a mirror of both brilliance and controversy. His business ventures, from restaurants to branded merchandise, made him one of the wealthiest rock stars alive, but his outspoken nature often got him into trouble. Still, through loss and mistakes, he's remained unapologetically himself. When his mother Flora passed away in 2018, Gene's public tribute revealed the heart beneath the armor, a son deeply grateful for the woman who shaped him. Legacy and reflection. Today, Gene Simmons stands as a symbol of endurance. From a poor boy in Israel to a global icon worth hundreds of millions, his journey is proof that success is never simple.